Alright guys, welcome back to the Imaxit YouTube channel. I'm your host JD. If you're new, please do smash that like button, share, and definitely subscribe. If you're an avid member of the channel, keep on sharing the contents far and wide. So as you could see by the title, we are going to be discussing our reggae boy Michail Antonio, but we will still touch on West Ham's double performances that they have actually put out over the past week, and detail some of the conference league along the way. As you could see, we have a few more minutes left in the game, but clearly West Ham will be winning this one. So let me start with the deep diving of what really took place in this game. All right, so first we have to say thanks to everyone that's put in their comments under the video and also inside the chat as well. We really and truly appreciate it. So let me get straight into the deep dive. So Michail Antonio, as you could see right there, Michail Antonio currently has a ranking of 8.1. What he did in this game, so far it's 4-1 at this point, and aggregate it should be 5-2. All right, an aggregate overall in this game in particular, he literally contributed in all 4 goals. The first one, it was literally a corner came in. He stood off and off the player and held his own. Obviously, his strength is immense. So his strength literally kept him in the position, and he glanced his header into the near post. Wonderful goal, wonderful goal. Sets West Ham back 1-1 because they are down 1-0. And after that, the second goal was a penalty, and it was solely down to Okumu. Did not want Michail Antonio to get on the ball. So he tried to reach the ball, went down low, and it clipped his arm after it touches his leg. But you know, these rules nowadays, you can't stop them. This is the rule, and the times that we're in VAR. They should have actually had it had a penalty early on, but they never gave it. I thought that penalty was much more clear cut than the one that they actually gave. All right, so kudos. That was slotted home by Declan Rice. No, that was slotted. I'm sorry, that was slotted home. That was slotted home by Paquita. Paquita slotted that one. Sorry about that. And then the third goal, a counter attack coming from out of West Ham's half. Michail Antonio trod between 3 defenders and drag two at the last moment to give Declan Rice, coming from the left hand side, 1-on-1 freedom to get one to slot it home to the right hand post, the right low post driven shot. So wonderful goal there from Declan Rice. And then the final one, the peach of a goal, Michail Antonio solo strike to make it 4-1 and out and stunting. So at this point, Michail Antonio did not just keep West Ham farm up there with that performance against against Arsenal, but he also keeps them in a trophy hunt. We're going to go through the amount of teams that they do have to face, and let you see the difficulty. You can judge for yourself if it's good enough. All right, yes, but definitely Michail Antonio's double performances put West Ham literally back on the map, because West Ham pretty much was actually struggling, and these back-to-back performances, the entire team, just because we're reggae boy, that's why we have to say Michail Antonio puts them on the map overall, but the entire team as a collective. But once he's flying, the others can feed off him, like drop off the top and all of those things. All right, so that's the big difference right there. All right, that's the big difference right there. They're playing Gent, right? Gent at this point sits fourth in the Belgian Pro League. That's still a difficult league, and to do certain things. So don't look at the league to say, oh, the league is nothing. No, Belgian Pro League is good. You saw teams left from Belgian Pro League to defeat teams in England, i.e. Tottenham. All right, yes. So it's not a team. It's not a league that you can joke with. The first half was 1-1. That goes to show you that it's not a joke league, as what we said from before. All right, so definitely Look at that. 5 minutes in the video and we are on 14 likes. Come on, people. What kind of... It's like you guys are trying your best to um, really eat on the player or something. What really? That's how you guys are gonna go when it comes on to supporting big bad Michail Antonio? All right, no problem. All right, so anyways, that is the quarterfinal stage. So that means West Ham will advance to the semi-final stage. Let me give you some other results. All right, let me give you some other results. AZ Alkmaar defeated Anderlecht. So another Belgian team went down. Florentina lost to Lech Poznan. I'm going to give you the overall assessment on that. So in total, let me give you that one. 2-2, and RZ actually advanced. So RZ is in the semi-finals. All right, and then let me check Florentina. Florentina scored a lot in the first leg, so Florentina advances on 6-4 on aggregate. All right, 6-4 on aggregate. So Florentina advances as well because of the big first leg win. And then we have Basel and Nice in France. Two good teams. All right, 3-3 at this point. So I guess it's going to go into shootout. So you're extra time coming, and then shootout. So we have to wait for that one. At this point, let me give you the brackets so you could know. All right, so West Ham will be taking on RZ according to the brackets at this point. So RZ awaits West Ham. West Ham awaits West Ham vs RZ. I think West Ham could beat RZ as well and get themselves in a finals of the conference league. All right, and at this point, Nice, Florentina, all of them West Ham could do something against. All right, so it's a good position they do find themselves in. All right, yes. Let me try and get some comments on the screen before we go into the detail of the performance itself, and let me know if you would give him the man of the match. I think he deserved the man of the match. I saw Paqueta had a 8.3. But I still think Michail Antonio's work today brought all of, and he was involved in every single one of these goals. So that in itself tells me that he is the man of the match for me. Let me know what say you in the comment section. Let me get some comments, because I know a few personnel should be not so much likes on the video, so I'm not expecting much comment. Big up yourself, Martin. Massive respect. One big captain Jamaica, Kevin. Big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. All right, yes. Yeah, big up yourself, Sean Base. How you doing, man? Laugh out loud. And me hear people say we must pass Antonio. Yeah. Big up yourself, man. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. We just to try to get to the comments. Let me know if you watch the game. Let me know if you watch the game and what you made of the game. As is it the same as how I've described it? Let me know in the comment section. All right. Let me know in the comment section. Blessings, Ush Puppy. How are you doing? Hope all is well. Big up JD. We all know say Antonio is the best reggae boy player and he better than Bailey. Okay, I will not even entertain that part because it's not needed. You get me? That's not even worth it at this point. Do you understand me? Yeah, let me just stick on the player and what the player doing, and just keep it right there. You get me? Because that is just gonna attract unnecessary negative people. Most of them don't even watch football. You know, most of them are just propagandists. So it makes no sense of that conversation. Captain Jamaica finding back the next right back the farm. Okay. I thought before he went an injury, you know, he had what 6 goals contribution in little bit of games. So we talked about it, man. Yeah. Yeah. So the performance is matching. And remember when we said to you guys, sometimes a man can play incredible good, like the Shamar Nicholson performance that we talked about. And he never got a goal. And then we have Omzo telling me that, oh, can a man get eye marks and he does not score in a goal? I think it was a perform. The Arsenal game was a performance like that for Michail Antonio. You get me? Yes. And now he follows it up with a goal, and he can easily well be at a 8 point ad. I think I would have given him a 10 for his performance, because he dragged the team completely back in the game. Big up yourself, Nikai James. A massive respect. And he played well in the last match. Yes, yes, yes. We posted that already. And guys, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Stats will be on them for all the reggae boy them that we're gonna be featuring. All right. So if Leon Bailey playing and that's your player, you will get it on those platforms. So you can follow us on those platforms. All right. Yes. JD, would you say Michail Antonio back to his best? I think he had a good season, as what I've said to Travis the other day. But they're just not watching the players them. It's just they're not watching the players them. JD, me hear people on YouTube talk about say we must move away from Antonio. But remember, I don't think YouTube really watches football. Don't think YouTube personals are about football. I think it's just about sensationalism and anything that people can get a clickable title from. When is West Ham next game for the semi-final? We're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. Timur Pilakin, massive respect. Sevilla kick out Man U teeth. Yes, I watched that as well. So West Ham is one of the teams from England actually going somewhere this time around. That injury the other day set Antonio back. Because he was in good form and it would have been here just the same. So at this point we have AZ versus West Ham. West Ham. We are going to try and find out the date for that. So at least you guys can go and support. Then we have Dwayne Thomas. Massive respect. Big boss. Then we have Paul Johnson. Big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive, massive respect. Triple E. And then we have Akin Mine in the building. Big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Yes. So let me go through the statistics for the player. 70 minutes played. 2 goals. XG 0.48, which is not the highest because he does not take so much shots. But once he's taking shots, it's going to be something of a threat, because his first duty is to make sure he cause havoc in the box, to bring persons into play. That is the first duty of the player. You understand me? Yes. And then the second duty of the player is to score goals if options open, because the style that the team plays in. So most people saw him and said, oh, he doesn't score enough goals, he doesn't take enough shots. Okay, I understand. You get me? But that's not the end all be all, because you have players that does not score goals and they are integral parts of the team. Not necessarily all times. But you saw Manu, what they had to do when Rashford and again not playing well. They had to go in and went for Vegas. Vegas came in, and what he did is link up plays, and Rashford starts to score. His decoy runs make channels open. You understand me? So football is not always the way how people view it. If you're a sensationalized personnel, you understand me? Yes, you have those type of players. Michail Antonio is that type of player for that team. He has to open channels for personnels to be effective and then he has his other duties, because he's faster and maybe than Vegas, and maybe to some extent even stronger. So and maybe shooting range is a little bit better, so he could pull off these ones. All right, yes. So 2 goals, expected goals XG 0.48, shots on target 2 and 1 off target, so 3 shots in total. And then he had 5 dribbles attempted, completed 2. All right, yes. So that's not bad. Touches 34 overall. All right, yes. And we described the third goal for Declan Rice, that he never touched the ball, but he was still impactful in the play so much. Even the commentator said, oh wow, what a beautiful run from Michail Antonio to drag 2 defenders away, so the player could actually get a shot off in. That player is Declan Rice to score that beautiful third goal. All right, so 34 touches, 15 or 8 out of 15, which is 53%. Not bad being a striker, and especially a hold up striker. You know me, I've always said over 50% as strikers are always good, due to the fact that it helps. you're dealing with high claims. So high claims are not high percentage balls. So if you could get more of that ball, it will always be very, very much good. All right, your team can always win over 50%. Crosses attempted only one, and it was not successful. Ground duels, 3 out of the 12 ground duels. Obviously, he was more like the lone player, the lone striker up there, so you have more personnels could get closer to him. So the aerial ones and the challenges in the air, that was much more effective. So 3 out of 12, and for aerial 2 out of 5. All right, 18 times last possession out of 34. But we have explained that in countless conversations. Fouls committed 3 and was fouled once. All right, so that's the final stats of Michail Antonio. Let me clear that up and get it right here back for you. All right, so he final score, obviously, you know, the 2 goals will push him on higher than the normal. So 8.1, I think I would give him. He had some misplaced duels, so let me drop it down to a 9. I think his performance for me warrants a 9. What say you guys in the comment section? What say you in the comment section? And then you have to look at the Jamaican Reggae Boy side, like how effective, like how much this could impact Jamaica football itself. You get me? Because now you're watching it, so how much you think by watching it, it could impact Jamaica Reggae Boys. What say you in the comment section? Let me know. All right. So we see Jay said the injury set him back, but if we realized whenever time he performed well, West Ham wins. Yeah, but I think he was performing well for a good stretch. Let me pull up Michail Antonio just to show you right here. He was performing good, big passes. He was definitely performing good. I think most persons never really checked his output, and that was the problem. You understand me? He was definitely performing good. All right, as you could see here, 2 goals right here. We all said he performed well in the Arsenal game. The first one against Gent, he has a 6.7. Against Fulham before, he had a 6.6. Newcastle 6.5. West Ham lost 6.2. That is not a good one. Then AEK, he had a double in that one. All right. And then against Manchester United, he lost, but he still had a 6.8. Then he had a goal against Forest. He had a 6.5 against Tottenham. So, and then it started off right here. Chelsea 1-1. He had a solid performance against Chelsea, if you watch that one. Against Newcastle 1-1. And then he scored against Derby. He assisted against West Ham. Against Everton, sorry. And against Wolves, they lost that one. Brentford, they won that one. He had a 6.8 in that one. 6.6, 6.7, 6.8 against Arsenal right here. And then he scored against Udinese, 3-1 victory. So and then you go back again, and he continues to score and get good ratings. So I don't see where this narrative comes from of him not doing anything in the field. I think it's just a false story. You know, if you watch the games, he had always been putting in good performances. The injury set him back, and it just goes to show if you have it there, you're gonna always produce something. Finding form for Gold Cup, Leroy Bailey. I don't think he's necessarily finding any form because he was on perfect form coming into the actual Mexico game. You get me? He just never got a chance to play because he was injured. Good to see Antonio scoring, but Europa Conference League is low-level team competition. You never watch football in your life because if you think that Gent is a low-level competition, you never watch football in your life. I'm telling you, it's just sad, and that's why we are gonna that's why we limit the video to 30 minutes because after it reached 20, most of the people will have no sense coming in the conversation. All right, so. Go and brag about JPL players scoring then. All right? Yes. Because sometimes it make no sense, man, my brother, man. And I'm going to soon stop and say, yes, you think him. So you can just stop come here. Me tell you the honest truth. You kind of get disgusting and you're very much low IQ on football. No, I mean all disrespect. Low IQ on football. So I don't even want to talk to you anymore. You can don't come here, man. Go somewhere else. You get me? It makes no sense. You get me? Talk about Gent, a lower level team. Wanna come from, man? Wanna I don't know where wanna come from, Toronto. And have levels of poorness, man. My goodness, man. The hatred of people is just sad. JD, also remember, he was coming off the bench. Yeah, man, no, I'm tired of it, man. I'm tired of it, man. They always come with them little subtle disrespect, because they're built-in bad mindship. You understand me? Can't stand it, man. Come on, man. Give the people them credit, man. Wow. Yeah. Uh, yeah, I can't stand it, man. So some of them just don't even bother come, man. I can't stand it, you know. Yeah, don't even bother come, man. They need to take away some of the, yes, man. They need to just don't come here because I can't stand them, so they don't come here. I am not doing this for views. I just want to see Jamaica do well. And I'm putting out everybody's stats. So why you never come here and talk about your man them stats? Why you never come here and talk like that? Be shield protections for some people, but once the next man do something, it's low, it's garbage, it's this and that. Michail Antonio performed against Arsenal. We reported on it. Why you never said anything? You never said anything at all. Why? Because Arsenal is a garbage team as well? Wow. JD, some people just bad mind. True. Yes, man, I know that. I know that for a fact, you know. Yes, but as I said, let me stay on topic because I've told you that I am not going to even respond to these people anymore. You get me? I have been a changed personnel and I just want to focus on football. You get me? Yes. So he scores 2 goals today. Had a terrorizing display against the team. All 4 goals that scored was due to him. All 4 goals. You get me? Gent is fourth in the Belgian league. Tariq Zimenez's team that Tariq Zimenez can't make the team, which is Circle Burger, and that is fighting for 8th position. So they are 4 spots ahead of Tariq Zimenez's team. But it's a no good team, and I think Tariq Zimenez's team is actually a good team, and Tariq Zimenez is doing well. So that is what I'm trying to show you how manipulative people is when it comes on to this space and how illiterate they are when it comes on to certain things. Period. So it's that Tariq Zimenez that I went to his game with Circle Burger, they're fighting to be recognized in 8th spot. You understand me? And that this team is comfortable in 4th spot, but they are not good and they are a low level team. But Tariq Zimenez's team is better than that team. Just let that sink in. You get me? Which I respect the team because I'm watching football and I told you that if Tariq Zimenez can perform good in that team, he will surely be in the national team. You understand me? Let we evaluate things by footballing sense, brains. Watch something before you come here. Um, if he thinks Gent a low level team, tell him to put on his boots and go play for Gent. Yes, I don't understand the logic where the man come from with them statements. It's just like man have a built-in bad mind trip. And you want to see him always talk about the barn. You see some of them, they are just bad minding overseas barn players them. But if you see once Maker did and Bailey are one of them we hear talk about and you hear he makes up an excuse to sound like he's smart. We got to give Michail Antonio a praise. Keep up. Yes, because look, why we have to give him a praise. I heard people quick to make video. Oh, he's done for. We should done with him and and this and that. And then the man come back. He turns up, had a very good form. Let me get it right here. Let me get it right here. And transfer market because it's better when you use transfer market. You understand me? It's better when you use transfer market. So when people made video of him 1 month ago or 2 months ago, saying that he's not in form. All right, so we should move away from him and all sorts of things. All right, which is fair because we want you to check all of the reggae boys. It's not a problem. It's not a problem, right? Um, and and then now the guy turns it around and doing well. And what you're gonna do now? Could he play one of the JPL teams? No, he can't play one of the JPL teams. So he can score 1,000 goals. So you could actually say he's playing against the next person. He has to play with who they give him. And to my knowledge, Gent is a way better team than any team in the JPL. You understand me? So why we can't talk and why we can't give the man his respect? Okay, my goodness. So, anyways, let me show you right here. So this is we're doing from leagues to league. So in the conference league, he played 5 games, and obviously they are gonna add these goals as well too. So that would have been that would have been seven. 5 goals and 5 goals in 6 games. All right, yes, right there. So that is good. And then you have 27 appearances in the Premier League, 3 goals, 2 assists. All right, not so much, but it's still good enough. So 5 and 3, that's 8 plus 2 assists. That's 10 goal contribution. Then he had in the qualifiers, he had 1 in 2, so that's 11 goals contribution. In the FA Cup, he had 1 in 3, that's 12 goals contribution, and in the Carabao Cup, he has okay, yeah, so that's 13 goals contribution for the season. I think that is something respectable. We can give the dude respect, because that is 13 right across Europe. It's nothing like it's in just the conference league alone. He plays in the Carabao Cup, he scores. He plays in the FA Cup, he scores. He plays in the Premier League, he scores, and then he plays in the conference league, he scores. So that is telling me that he's playing, and he's playing to win these games. You understand me? Yes. So and he's contributing on the goal participation side as well. Because remember, we don't look at him for a goal participation personnel, but more like a personnel that will put in the work rate to bring your team into play. You understand me? That's what we are looking from him. So if he has 13 goals contribution so far, that is a big step up, because you're doing something at the same time aside from the actual energetic play. If you look at when the match finished against Arsenal, all people talking about is Mikel Antonio. Oh, he played back West Ham back into the game because he made Arsenal backline cannot sit still. Oh, that's low level competition. Arsenal is not a team. Okay, tell me which one of your reggae boy them actually could have played, can make the Arsenal team. None. You understand me? But at least Mikel Antonio turns up and actually do something against them. You see it? So sometimes context matter and reality matter. All right. Yes. Omza said Antonio work rate is class 100%. I saw some flaws, which is he does not look as sharp, fast as normal. Like he's slowing down, or maybe he's not fully fit to that level that he wants, his peak level. I saw it sometimes. So sometimes, like, and Rice would have played some outside ball, or Paqueta played some outside ball. I saw him choose not to run it down. You get me? More like zonal trap it rather than run it down. So that is a way to look at it as well. Yeah. Man runs until he drops on the floor. Yes, man. Good player, man. All right. Very, very good player. Big up yourself, Jason. Antonio firing his team into the semi-final. Yes, and pretty much keep them into in the Premier League as well. And that is pretty much, if they can complete that, that is 100 million pounds. You get me? So I wonder if people actually know how much money rests on these players delivering something. You get me? So sometimes some of these guys need to educate themselves on what's really going on. You get me? Yeah, rather than trying to run down everything that's big in Jamaica's news and think that is something worthy of talking about. Yeah, embarrassing, man. JD, anyhow, we have Antonio in a Mexico game. I know for sure we would have won the game. We're not gonna say that, because I thought that Shamar did a good job. I thought that Shamar did a good job. You get me? But at the end of the day, it's a player that's doing something good. I'm not even talking about him making a national team. I'm just talking about the player, and the fact that if people can come here and feel upset about we talking about the player doing something good. Well, it teach you guys. It teaches you. So what we're gonna do, guys, we are gonna stop it right here. All right, we're not going to even go any further because we said we are gonna do 30 minutes just to give Michail Antonio some shout out. And as we said on the Instagram, we will be posting their actual stats. All right, so go out and look out for it, support it on the Instagram and stuff. So just as though you could come here. So sometimes we don't have to do a video because we don't want to see persons like Ari Vibes because they are a big waste of time. Yes, so we can just drop a stats and you follow it and everything, because sometimes we truly don't have the time as well, because we don't desperate on YouTube for do 4 or 50-hour videos. We don't have time for that. All right, but we just want to make sure when we come here to represent the youth them that's doing something. You get me? So peace out, people. Take care and protect your mental health from some of them people. All right, bless up. Take care.